Why should entrepreneurs have rigor in their thinking? And what does this have to do with the business model canvas? The business model canvas is a tool, is a template. It's also known as the lean canvas or variations thereof that helps you outline your business model. The assumptions in it, assumptions about your value proposition, hypotheses, how things come together and connect, what's important, what's not important. It meant to help you lay all of that out. And it's frequently taught to entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs as a tool to help them build their business model, to advance their thinking, to have collaborative discussions, and all of these things. Now, I've been surprised over the years at outside of a class, outside of a forcing function, outside of an event, how many entrepreneurs don't use the business model canvas or use it once and then never go back to it again. Um, and so I've been I'll say frustrated and a little confused about why it doesn't get more use. And so I think I've finally put my finger on both, why I think that is, but more importantly, why it bothers me so much. Because in a lot of ways, I don't care. It's not up to me. You follow your own path, you do it your way. But why does it bother me that more do not spend time with this? Well, the reason is that because it's a tool to help you think through it, it can, if used right, be a forcing function for rigor in your thinking. Now, why is rigorous thinking so important? Well, for starters, it's not natural, right? Science proves that we spend most of our time in an automated state, using our easily accessible assumptions and operating based on those assumptions. And so, we actually have to violate, consciously move away from our natural state of just operating with our assumptions to challenge our assumptions, right? And that's important. Now, why is it so important for an entrepreneur? Well, it's important because a lot of what we're building as an entrepreneur, assumptions about what connects to what, assumptions about what's important, what's not, assumptions about what customers really value, assumptions about how we have to put something together to deliver that value, even assumptions about the culture we need to build, the capabilities we need to grow, etc. All of those assumptions are ours, right? We're not just adopting them from something that already exists. They're investments. Those assumptions are the working material of your business model that you have to go build. And no one's going to challenge them unless we do it ourselves. That's the role of the entrepreneur, is to challenge your own assumptions, turn them into hypotheses, test them, adjust them, modify them, put them back together, and tear them apart continuously. So that's why it's so important for an entrepreneur to have that rigorous thinking essentially about everything they're doing in their business. What to insource, what to outsource, what to have a very serious process around, what capabilities to build, what assets to have. Every one of those sets in motion your success. And so we need to be thinking rigorously about those assumptions. Now, a business model canvas is just a tool. Just because you use a business model canvas does not mean that you had rigorous thinking, but it helps, right? And that's the whole point. Because it's not natural, tools and methods and approaches are sort of designed to hack the human brain to force us into rigorous thinking, to force us past the surface level assumptions and go into that rigor. So, reflection, sitting down to journal is a form of forcing us to think beyond just operating an autopilot and go in and think about what's going on. Structured problem solving is an approach to force us outside of just jumping to conclusions and assumptions and do some rigorous thinking. And so, tools and methods, coaches and boards of directors, these are all tools to sort of force rigorous thinking. And the business model canvas, when used right, is just one of those tools. So do not assume that you're just really good at rigorous thinking. You might be talented at it, but it's still not a natural state. So we all need, no matter how good we get at it, a forcing function to push us into rigorous thinking. So if the business model canvas is not your method, what is? Do you have an approach for rigorous thinking. And I challenge you that many do not, and that's where the business model canvas can be used as a helpful job aid to drive that rigorous thinking that all entrepreneurs should have. Thank you and good luck.